Hey there, kiddo. So, just a little update. Lee recently mentioned that the plan was to try to work at Moog, move to Elma, get you into Iroquois school. Well, it's been kind of a roller coaster ride with Moog. They didn't call me back for a week straight when they told me to submit my application. Long story short, they had actually spelled my last name wrong and didn't know that I had put my application in. And there was some weird technical malfunction with the woman's computer. So they were very interested, like they had said. And so I finally called, followed up, and so the woman was glad to hear from me, and they were going to schedule an interview, and they were very encouraging. But then today I spoke with them, and they said that they decided to go with a candidate from internally. They're going to try to find someone from within their organization. So I'm a little, I'm very disappointed. A little heartbroken, maybe. I had mixed feelings about working there anyway. Yes, the money was going to be good, or better than what I'm making now. I make $40,000 a year. I think that was going to be in the neighborhood of $50,000 to $55,000. Possibly more, as I gave them a $50,000 to $60,000 a year range. But it would have been a good opportunity in a lot of ways. It was for their aircraft group as a learning and development specialist, which I would be qualified for. Now, the downside was that I feel very connected to the mission of my current organization that I currently work for, Northland. Northland is one of their biggest goals is to reduce poverty. That's their mission, and a lot of big world problems stem from poverty. Poverty, it can be argued, is the biggest problem in the world. It's the most important problem because so many other problems stem from it. So I get an enormous amount of satisfaction knowing that the work that I'm doing and how hard I work every day is contributing to solving the most important problem in our society. And so Moog, that's not their mission. They are a for-profit company, and their bottom line is for profit. I believe they do have a mission, and they make a lot of different parts for different industries. They do a lot of aerospace and defense, which is something I can get on board with. Not so much the defense, more so the aerospace, because I like space exploration. But that's not my only mission in life, and it's not the only mission I think I would be enthusiastic about. They make parts and equipment for all different other industries. They have a large aircraft group, and that would have been the department that I worked in. And I don't know how much I can argue that airplanes or 747s make the world a better place. There's a lot of other companies. Just compared to Northland's mission, if they're saying they're going to manufacture the best airplanes in the world versus reducing poverty, to a historic extent, which is Northland's mission, and it's of historic proportions what they're doing at Northland. That's hard to compare, and just that alone, as part of my current mission, to me gives me, I think, more satisfaction than working for an aircraft group would. The other thing is that at Northland, we promote employment with a lot of different companies. They're manufacturing and clean energy companies. And most of them are doing incredible things that are really making the world a better place. Many of them make parts and equipment for the aerospace industry, lots of parts and equipment for NASA, the military, search and rescue equipment, hospital equipment. A lot of life-saving medical devices and equipment are manufactured by our prospective hiring partners. And to me, there's a lot more to explore in terms of society's problems and exciting potential achievements that humanity can achieve with the aims of these other companies. The fact that I promote employment and encourage people to train and work for all these different companies that are like the clean energy industry is trying to rebuild our energy infrastructure to be more reliant on clean energy. That in combination with so many different companies that are doing so many different things to try to make the world a better place, that is incredible to me. That is aligned with my own mission in my career, because if I could, what I would do with my career is to try to rally the workforce to accomplish great things for humanity, and as much as humanly possible, to rally as many people in the workforce as possible to try to accomplish the greatest things that humanity can achieve. And that includes goals pertaining to the medical industry, the aerospace industry, space exploration, but definitely a lot of other things. So to me, right now, as far as the meaning and the purpose involved in my work is concerned, Northland is a much better fit. And their mission, between fighting poverty and promoting employment with these incredible companies, basically doing all the different things you could do to save the planet, to me, that's much more exciting, and there's a lot more to explore. And a part of that is that I want to explore those things with you. I'm really excited about exploring the issues surrounding the applications of the products of all these different companies. It's a limitless amount of knowledge and wisdom to explore about society and humanity. So many different topics and issues and current events that are all related to these things. And I just don't feel like I would have that with Moog, as much as I enjoy aerospace and space exploration, which isn't even necessarily what I'd be doing for the foreseeable future. So I have mixed feelings. I definitely also feel good about the fact that if I work for a nonprofit or in civil service, I have a good chance of getting my loans forgiven. And I owe about $60,000 in student loans, which is very frightening to me. That's a lot of money, and I feel like having to pay that back, as much as I want to be a responsible person, that's so much money. That's a mortgage. That is just, I don't know how. It's hard for me to be confident, let's say, that I can pay that off and also have a decent amount of financial stability, over the next 10 or so years, or however long that would take me to pay off. If I can make qualifying payments for 10 years while working at a nonprofit or as a civil servant, the rest of the loans are forgiven. If I can now do that, I can include that in what I'm going to search for next. So civil service sounds great to me. You can actually make more money than I'm making now working for nonprofits, but you're still doing something that matters. Fine, a lot of private companies and businesses are doing things that matter, but with civil service, you're usually providing the core services that your society needs. And there's something about that I'm drawn to. I think it's wise to apply yourself as much as you can in your career to the core services that your community needs. To me, that's doing the most purposeful work you can. And I think if everybody did that, the world would actually be a better place. And it hasn't been an easy fight to maintain that. But I'm doing it. And if I can do civil service, I can do that with a nonprofit, but if I do it with a civil service, then I can make money and get my loans forgiven, which is a lot of money altogether. More money I can spend on you and our adventures together. So that's the update. What's next is I'm going to stay put for a little while in my job. I'm going to try to go from the outreach team at Northland to the placement team. That will allow me to study the companies. And that to me is very exciting. I'm going to study the companies, find out what issues they're involved in, find out what their products are applied to, and include that in trying to find the right workers for those jobs from our training pool. And I don't think I'm going to make any more money in the near future. I think it pays the same. But it will give me a broader range of experience at my current organization. Having done outreach, coaching, and placement, that's the whole spectrum of services there, aside from administration. So that can give me a number of advantages. So I'm going to do that. And like I said, I can explore a lot of other societal issues. I don't mind for that reason as well, too. That's going to make it worthwhile as far as I'm concerned. And I think that wisdom is going to have value, not just existentially and experientially, but also it's going to amount to some kind of financial return. I don't think you can have that kind of knowledge about humanity and society without it giving you some kind of gain in resources if you apply that to your work. So, all right. Hey, see you later.